Great. There's another question by Kibria as well, which says, for the CRICOS providers, immigration does not require English evidence for some countries. Example, level 1 countries for visa entry requirement purpose. In these cases, how do we maintain English requirement to meet ASQA requirements?
Ben, you might want to.
Yeah, I was about to say Ben would be the great person
Yeah,
to
that's
answer.
all.
You can kick off because I came here with a fairly good English, although I now speak with a strong Australian accent after being here for 50 years.
Yeah, that's a good question, Kibria. So, and I think that's a pretty much like a lot of provider in this situation to what to do. And some of my client call us and say, okay, what should I do in this situation? So we always say that because, you know, the ASQA requirement says that we need to identify the support requirement, that what are the support required. And if we don't check what their LLM, English language skill, it would be difficult to provide any support. Like to provide any support, first we need to know what support required. To do that, there's a different way. So one of the CRICOS RTO is doing is a called placement test. So they have a placement test before they do start the course. And that placement test is actually aligned with ACSF and IELTS and other things. So that way you have predefined thing that, okay, to pass for this course, you need to have this many number of things based on the placement test arrangement. So that you can do internally. That's one thing. Other thing is also your LLM test, if it's done correctly through mapping of ACSF, because then if you have done correct ACSF level, that also there is a mapping available that how the ACSF is mapping with IELTS and other English requirements. So that way you can also demonstrate the English requirement from ASQA side. So John, you want to add anything about it?
No, I think that that's a good point there, that my English might be good coming from the UK, but my numeracy mightn't. And so all of those tests will actually determine, particularly in the qualification I might be going into, you know, for example, into engineering or electrical or whatever. So you're spot on. You shouldn't take it for granted that because I've come from an English-speaking country that my ACSF is all okay. So all that testing is really important.
Yeah, and I think we got the follow-up question. Sorry, I'll just take it straight away. It's Lynn.
Yeah, I can see there.
The LLM robot cover the English requirement. Again, like I said, I will ask the LLM robot, do they give ACSF mapping properly? If they give a proper ACSF mapping, and then there is a chart. I think we'll put it in the question response to you, that chart as well. Just Neha or somebody can put a note of it. So that way, if you have ACSF mapping, we will send you the chart that how that ACSF is aligning with IELTS requirement, and that could be useful if you have that. So I hope I answer your question.
Well, Ben, one of the tools that I often see missing in ACSF is the tool to look at the level of oral communication. So again, you know, you need to make sure most qualifications require a high level of oral communication, and again, we just need to make sure we're recording or certainly assessing that particular skill.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. I see some of the LLM online tool was not covering that. Now I haven't seen the LLM robot, I think, for a long time, but as we need to make sure that oral part is covered as well, because ACSF covers oral.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. That was Lynn who asked this question. Thank you, Lynn. We've got another question, which is the